My name is Jared Young. I attend the 10:30 a.m. service on Sundays, and I've been attending Reynoldsburg Community Church since the beginning of 2024. Looking back at my life and realizing that I was powerless for a lot of my own decisions and temptations and desires, especially as somebody that comes from a background of active addiction and being an addict to drugs and alcohol, that I would selfishly put my own habits before any other type of relationships in my life. It got to a point where I always viewed the term surrendering as weakness, but the irony of it is, as I was in my active addiction at the time, it was the weakest I've ever been. And it truly came to a point where surrendering to Jesus was actually freedom for me, not weakness. And it gave me a peace and happiness that I've never felt before. And initially, gave me purpose, which then changed my life. So, which is cool because the day of this recording being right now, I'm celebrating 800 days of consecutive sobriety from all drugs and alcohol. And it really took that, day, May 1st, 2022, where I prayed for the first time to God that if you are real and you exist, give me peace, break this addiction, give me a sign that I'm going to make it through, because the trajectory of my life that I was going to die. There was no doubt about it. I was playing with fire every single day, and it was getting very dangerous. And when I was in my lowest point at that point, alone in my apartment on the ground, I turned to God and I asked for help, and I had a supernatural encounter that I can't really explain, that I felt His presence and I felt the Lord tell me, get up and follow Him. And I haven't touched drugs or alcohol since. So I went from a daily user of hard stuff too. It wasn't, of hard stuff, being completely dependent off these chemicals and these desires and temptations that was only serving myself, to surrendering to Christ and following Him and truly transforming my life. And I tell people, when I talk about my recovery and discipleship, when I serve my community and talk about addiction, that real transformation comes from following Jesus. So that's what faith means to me, is that transformation, that when I follow the Lord, I look at Jesus as the Redeemer, the one that, redeemed my past, and that I'm somebody that I've hurt myself, I've hurt people around me, I've hurt relationships, I've lived a very selfish, destructive life at times, and that I can let it all go and forgive myself and forgive other people that hurt me, to know that I'm going to give it all to God, and God is going to direct me in the right path that I'm supposed to be. And I feel like part of my suffering in my past was for me to get to this point, so then I can help others who are experiencing the same thing I went through.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like I have purpose. I'm going to do what I do every single day, is that I'm going to continuously talk about my relationship with Jesus, and I'm going to share my own personal testimony and share the gospel to anyone that wants to listen, and I continuously go to communities and areas where I live in downtown Columbus and truly share the good news. And